Hey everyone, it's Epoch here, and welcome to my entry into this week's comic book cover challenge set by Allan at Comic Collector Geek. This week's theme is to do with Women's History Month, which was last month. So the theme is working women, so women in jobs and in different roles. So any covers that you have that feature women in the workplace. So I've dove into my personal comic book collection and picked out 10 covers that show women at work. So let's take a look. First comic I'd like to show this week is Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 9, Number 9, which has Buffy here in the role of a barista in a coffee shop. Kind of looks like Starbucks with the green colours that they have there on the apron and the headpiece. But she's a barista there working in a coffee shop making coffee for folk. So yeah, that's Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 9, Number 9. And at number 9, we have Jessica Jones, number 1. Here we have Jessica Jones in the cover, just kind of in her normal clothes there, because she's a private investigator, so she just kind of wears. She doesn't have a uniform or anything like that, but Jessica Jones is a good private investigator, and here we have her here on the cover, doing private investigation. So here's Jessica Jones, number 1. Next up this week is Gunsmith Cats, number 2. Here we have the Gunsmith Cats on the cover. They're a couple of detectives. Plainclothes detectives who are always getting up to hijinks and kind of high octane action. So here we have the Gunsmith Cats ready for action on the cover of Gunsmith Cats number 2. And at number 7 this week is The Huntress, number 13, and the job featured on this cover is a psychiatrist. Here we have the psychiatrist listening to the Huntress's problems as the kind of larger than life figures of the stuff that's going on in the story just now are kind of overwhelming. They're there in her thoughts, and the psychiatrist here is helping her work through that. I think I showed this cover previously in a other challenge. I think it might have been the giant one or the kind of giant figure challenge. So if you want to check out that, the video will be linked later on. But yeah, here we have a psychiatrist on the cover of The Huntress, number 13. In 6th spot this week, we have the latest issue in the Betty and Veronica Friends Forever series. This time it's Betty and Veronica Friends Forever Rock and Roll. And the job in this case is a musician. Here we have Betty and Veronica. They've split off from the Archies to form their new band, Rock Candy, with this new character, Joe Laquette. And this is Joe Laquette's first appearance and first cover appearance here on the main cover of Betty and Veronica Friends Forever Rock and Roll. So that's the job of musician on the cover of Betty and Veronica Friends Forever Rock and Roll. In 5th place this week, we have the Ice Cream Man number 8, which has ambulance on the cover and featuring the job of paramedics, or EMTs as they're called in America. Here we have the female the female paramedic here, who's called Jenny. So we have the job of kind of paramedic and EMT. I mean, coincidentally in this story, these two ambulance workers are selling hospital drugs out the back of their ambulance, so I guess technically drug dealer is a job as well. But for the purpose of the cover, it's a paramedic that we're going with. So that's the Ice Cream Man number 8. Next up this week is another cover that I've shown before. This time it's Divine Right, The Adventures of Max Faraday, number 1. This is a Jim Lee cover. I believe it's an alternate cover, variant cover. And here we have the female character on the cover in her military gear and outfit, kind of ready for action. So the job on this one is military personnel. So that's Divine Right, The Adventures of Max Faraday, number 1. In 3rd place this week, we have Betty, number 4. Here we have Betty on the cover, who's taken on the job of optician. And she has Archie in here getting his eyes tested, and on kind of the eye chart behind her, instead of the random mix of jumbled up letters, this time she spelled it out. So the letters spell out I love Betty and not Veronica, which is quite funny. So I just really love this cover. There's a lot of great covers in this Betty series. So that's Betty as an optician on the cover of Betty number 4. And at number 2 this week, we have She-Hulk number 2, which is another great cover by Jen Bartel. Here we have She-Hulk on the cover in her kind of business suit, ready to go to court as she's a lawyer. So the job is lawyer for She-Hulk number 2. And there we have She-Hulk kind of ready for action in the courtroom. Yeah, just like I say, just another great cover by Jen Bartel. Again, it's a shame that this series isn't that great, but I can't have everything. So yeah, this is just to showcase the job of lawyer with She-Hulk there on the cover of She-Hulk number 2. And the number one spot this week goes to Harley Quinn Volume 3, number 30, which features the job of mayor in this part of the storyline. Harley Quinn is ran for mayor of Coney Island, I think it is. And she's become mayor, and here she is giving a speech to the press with kind of flanked by Poison Ivy and Red Tool there. So that's the job of mayor on Harley Quinn Volume 3, number 30, with this great Amanda Connor cover. So yeah, Harley Quinn Volume 3, number 30. So that was my entry into this week's comic book cover challenge set by Allan at Comic Collector Geek. This week's theme was, of course, women in the workplace, so the work history of women, just women at work. So if you'd like to take part, then pick out 10 comics from your personal comic book collection that show women in the workplace on the cover. Use the hashtags hashtag Women's History and hashtag Friday Comic Challenge. And that way everyone in the community can click on those hashtags and take a look at all the videos and entrants. And you never know, maybe see some cool covers that they want to add to their personal comic book collection. Or if you do that, you might see some cool covers that you want to see to add it to your personal comic book collection. If you'd like to check out some of my previous videos or entries into the comic book cover challenge, and please click on this playlist that's linked here on the side. And otherwise, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.